Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Tuesday, April 29th, 2025, pre-market report. This morning, something's really weighing on me, and I want to talk about this with you guys and girls for I don't know how long. I've been screaming from rooftops how things are going to get progressively worse by design. Okay. We've spoken about right here over and over and over again how private sector job losses were going to accelerate and get worse. No, Greg, you're absolutely wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. This is all going to turn around. Well, that's that's not what's happening here. Understanding that this situation, first of all, can be fixed like that. We'll talk about the fix in a moment. You already know what I'm talking about. Okay. The pressure on the middle class, on people's ability to make ends meet, to survive, provide for their families, just took yet another massive downturn. Some of you probably already know what I'm talking about. But let's talk about this. Again, this is no surprise, and that's what bothers me to any one of you that follow this blog. We've been talking about this, and here it is. You have to understand, once the media is forced to cover it, you know the problem is really, really bad. It's always, it's crisis to crisis to crisis to crisis. We operate in an environment that is called crisis economics, and we have no economic plan here in the United States. Although President Trump is backing off on some tariffs, which were going to make us all rich, and we needed to do it, but now he's backing off on more tariffs. I mean, you make this stuff up. Completely incoherent economic policy. And President Trump knows what the fix is. He knows what it is. The fix is, again, to do what? To return purchasing power to the currency. This is the foundation of every economy. People, I'm going to tell you one more time in case you forgot. This is economics and finance 101. To have a strong economy, you need a strong currency. To have a strong currency, you need a corresponding rate of interest high enough to support the purchasing power of the currency. So why is it that central bankers, in this case the Federal Reserve, and President Trump are calling for lower rates, a weaker dollar? Because that's going to make America great again? No, because it's going to destroy America as it's designed to do. And this is a clear example of what you and I'm going to show you this in a second, of what you and I have been talking about, and we knew would happen. So this is UPS. UPS to cut 20,000 jobs and close dozens of buildings due to lower Amazon volumes. This is Forbes. Nearly 100 companies announced layoffs. This has been revised from an article that they put out like a month ago. So let's just cover this real quick. Companies large and small are announcing layoffs in an effort not seen since the pandemic. Think about what they just said. Companies, this is Forbes, companies large and small announcing layoffs in an effort not seen since the scam-demic. Just some of the companies on the list, including Intel, FedEx, Neiman Marcus, John Deere, Macy's, which are recently announcing closings of 66 stores and are part of a 3-year goal to close 150 retail locations and will be laying off thousands of employees. Similarly, other retail stores are doing the same thing. Now, again, people, look, man, we're going to see more of this moving forward, but on a grander scale. This is part of a broad trend that's not going to stop. Remember what I'm telling you. What I'm going to cover here is part of a broad trend which is not going to stop. And the private sector is going to be decimated. That means people, real people, you, are going to be decimated as the economy is deliberately dismantled piece by piece to make us beg for a new system. Here's a list of some other companies here which were just named in this, which Forbes. Intel plans on laying off 20% of its global workforce, the largest reduction in its history. Facebook, Meta, continues performance-based dismissals with thousands of jobs to be cut. Chevron aims to reduce its workforce by 15 to 20%. Morgan Stanley announcing thousands of layoffs here. Wayfair, same kind of thing. An incredible thing. But look, man, you and I, we knew this was coming. People never know until it's too late, and then they wonder what happened or why it's happening. But not you guys and girls that have been with me any length of time. You're well on top of this. So anyway, so President Trump is, the tariffs that were going to make us all rich. Well, maybe not so much. This is this morning. World stocks and dollar push higher on U.S. auto tariff relief. World stocks and the dollar nudged higher after President Trump announced plans to reduce the impact of auto tariffs, a further sign of flexibility, nice word, on tariff policy that was supposed to make us all rich. No, it doesn't say that here. That has wreaked havoc on the markets. Sound about right? Again, an incoherent policy that only the people with the lowest possible IQs on the planet ever believed that this was going to work. We're going to bring back manufacturing to the United States. How are we going to do that? We have no infrastructure to build it. Again, did you hear that come out of its mouth? The creature Trump, servant of Satan. Have you heard that out of his mouth? No, you haven't. Why? Because he thinks you're stupid. And he serves the devil. And it's all a deception. How's this one here? You're going to love this. Fox Business, who does all they can to protect Don the Con. Fox Business this morning, debt crisis deepens as 1 in 4 Americans are forced to choose between bills and basics. Fox is reporting on this. Nearly 1 in 4 adults currently have unmanageable debt. It's incredible. As of April 1st, according to a survey done by Fox of 1,000 respondents, Trump is not going to be happy about this. Unmanageable debt is defined when an individual is forced to choose between debt payments and basic necessities. This is all part of the game, to squeeze you from every angle, and this is Fox. Federal Reserve says consumer distress is at a 12-year high, with credit cards are the canary in the coal mine. Defaults across the board are skyrocketing. But what did we say from, years ago? Prior members of the middle class were going to borrow themselves into oblivion to try to maintain the illusion of a middle class existence, hoping that maybe, some selected president was going to turn this all around for them. No. People, let me tell you one more time. This entire thing could be turned around by increasing or returning purchasing power to the currency. It's the foundation of a strong economy. But that's not what we're hearing from the illustrious Trump. That's not what we're hearing from the illustrious Federal Reserve, who are tag teaming the United States to bring us all to our knees while they're all getting exceedingly rich over here. Do you see what's going on? Hopefully, maybe, possibly. Let's look at this market here. So the dollar getting a little nudge higher on President Trump's, caving on tariffs. Let's call it what it is, because it was never a plan to fix America. I told you guys and girls this from day one, that this was the wrong way to go. But no, Greg, you're wrong. President Trump knows more than you do. He's smarter than you are. I don't think President Trump is smarter than a single person on the face of this planet Earth. That's the truth. The man is not a negotiator. He can't negotiate himself out of nothing. This is not about negotiation. What this is, these tariffs. Greg, you don't know. This is how to negotiate. It's not how to negotiate. You want to negotiate, you sit down face to face with someone and you negotiate. You don't fling tariffs all over the place unless you're looking to use that as a tax on the American people here to bring them to our knees to destroy the nation. But you guys are girls with very low IQs and probably other things that are like microscopic here. If you know what I'm talking about. You bought that one, didn't you? You really did. Congratulations to you. This is the nudge higher in the dollar of President Trump backing off, caving on tariffs, of course. Ain't nothing. Nothing is going on here. 10-year yield. Someone's buying a lot of debt, man. 10-year yield keeps on dropping. Stock futures are a little higher this morning on the back of the caveman, Don the Con, the freaking worshiper of the devil. Here we go, right here, servant of Satan. This is what's going on with commodities right now. And of course, as we're being bridged into the crypto system, only to bring about a tokenized system, which the Fed is now reverting to as a dollar token. Okay, well, what else would you expect in this environment, people? Again, the fix is there. There are solutions to All of this, and you and I talk about it all the time. We talk about how the president, thing, creature, puke, vomitous mass, the same words I use for Biden. I'm using them for Trump now because he is a puke. He is a vomitous mass loser of the highest order because he serves the devil. You understand? You serve the devil, we all pay for it. You understand? That's what's going on here. Do you think maybe I got this right? Oh, Greg, you're still wrong because Trump was sent from God. He's the second coming. I hear this every day. Every day. You can't make it up. This is the people who have been spiritually disenfranchised or something. You can't make it up. I'm very aggravated right now. When you hear about thousands, tens of thousands of people of losing their jobs here because this is how we're making America great again, because we can't return purchasing power to the currency because President Trump has made a vow to the Fed to help them fulfill their goal, to issue more of their product to the world, more debt, more slavery. This is why you're seeing this issue with credit cards. People can't pay back anything. And the Federal Reserve, they know exactly what they're doing. And they got a duppy president, servant of the devil, helping them fulfill their goal. And you don't like my tone? I don't give a damn. How's that? You want to be here? Good. No one's forcing you to watch these videos. Unsubscribe. You think it hurts me at all? How about no? I couldn't care less, man. You can't handle the truth. You don't belong here. This is a channel for winners. This is a channel for lions. And these are the ones that I am going out on a limb for, to protect, to watch over all of us. We got each other's backs. Sound about right to you? Of course it does, because it's the truth. And the truth is always the right place to be, people. I think we're pretty much on the same page. Thousands of layoffs, companies laying off people. It's not going to stop. This is just the beginning. Returning manufacturing here with no infrastructure. Let's see how that's going to work out. Incredible, man. How did people fall for this stuff? How did anyone buy it? Oh, I tell you, man. It's the extremely low IQ individuals out here. It's incredible. Yeah, it takes all kinds, I suppose. Anyway, look, guys and girls. Anyway, there are some people that are absolutely hopeless, and that's okay. Let them wallow in whatever they got to wallow in. And you and I, we got this. We got this down. We continue to do. We're doing bet against the system. It's so sick right now, seeing the effect of what's happening to real people. We are being thrust into the worst depression the world has ever seen. You think this is really just an accident? We're here, just a comedy of errors, just by chance that we got here, and just a chance that we got Trump as president. It wouldn't have mattered if we got Kamala. I think I'm saying it would have been any different over there. It would have been exactly the same, because the presidents are worthless pieces of cow dung. Okay, they do nothing here. They are puppets, and they read a script. That's all they do, because central banks run the economy. They run the markets. They run the financial system. All of it. So a president is not, but they can work with the Fed, like this new war in Yemen, that only 30% of American people actually know is going on. 30% of the American people only 30% of the American people realize that we are in a new war. Now going on 7 weeks, 24/7 around the clock, hundreds of billions of dollars that we don't have. It's going right on to the national debt, right onto your back. But this is how we make America great again. You know it is, because Trump said so. Yeah, I'm gonna beat this man to the ground, just like I did to Biden. And if you can't handle that, well, then you can go away. You really can. You're free to do it. I love all you guys and girls. Those of you that are still here, okay, congratulations, because you are the person I am looking to reach out to. You are the person who I want to help get through this nightmare that we are in right now. And we're going to do it. We're taking the right steps, betting against the system, becoming our own central bank, making the right alliances, reconnecting with the source, the Father, God Almighty, creator of all things, who lives within us. Okay, he's not out there. He's right here. You understand? Once you wake up to that, your whole world is going to change, man. All right, I'll see all of you guys later, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern, for the live stream. If you got something out of this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If not, and you want to get out of here because you just can't handle it anymore, that's fine too. I'm good with whatever you want to do, people, because I frankly have had enough. And people are hurting. People are suffering by the tens of thousands. And if you think this is done, well, then I guess you have been completely deluded and deceived on a grand scale by Don the Con, the master, the Satan worshiper, just like Elon Musk. Two of them. Can't make this stuff up. How do you like all the cash that Doge has clawed back so far? Huge, right? How do you like all the arrests that have been made because of the fraud that was committed? You know, fraud is a crime. Oh, all those arrests, fantastic. How do you like all those that were marched out in front of us, told us that these were the ones that are responsible for the misallocation of funds? How about not a single thing has been done, but you fell for that one too? I told you it was a fraud since day one. You didn't believe me on that one either, did you? Love you guys. See you later, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for the live stream.